Hey everybody, it's Jeremy. Welcome back to EA Tetragrammaton, where we are playing This is turn 65, and things are up in the world. We got a whole lot of shit going on. Actually, a lot of stuff's happening this turn, so let's get to it. At the top of the round, we've got Gala 19, attacked by horrors. This is off the back of a forging, so let's go ahead and watch that real quick. Alright, so we've got two little mantis boys. These guys are pretty high protection and super duper deadly. They're also poison resistant, so I mean, we can see Gala 19 is making the wrong choice, but even if she was making the right choice of going for swarm, it's unlikely that they would that it would matter too terribly much. It's more likely that these guys would be able to hack through a swarm pretty easily before they got to the target. But regardless, she casts the wrong thing, and that is enlarge, and then she dies for it. So. Okay, then we got some other information. Zuriel the Giant Mummy has claimed the Throne of Life. So, cool, great. We cast Auspex, didn't get anything. We see a dire portent. Ozzy Osbourne, god of Mictlan, god of the elements, has cast a global enchantment. And this one doesn't come with a fancy, description text. It's Blood Vortex. Mictlan has basically officially hit full-blown late-game blood hell. So they're going to need to be dealt with sooner rather than later, or else they're going to, drive me insane. We got a Horror Specs, got nothing, Auspex, nothing, Arcane Probing, nothing. We summoned some Yetis, and in response, we've been having a good series of turns. Now it's time to have a bad series of turns. In response, Ishib 24 was attacked by 4 Mantis Horrors. That's terrifying. Now, he did bring Yetis. I'm realizing now, Yetis, he brought a Yeti. I'm realizing now Yetis are terrible guards. Part of the reason why Yetis are terrible guards is because they have a ranged attack, so they are not inclined to move forward and intercept the horrors and die for their leader. They're inclined to stay back and throw stones, which is no bueno. And Ishib 24 had the chance, had a very good chance to just be like, oh, water elemental, and potentially walk away from this. Probably not, but potentially walk away from this. Instead, he casts Wave Warriors, which, actually, I don't even know if he gets it off. Yeah, he got Wave Warriors off. Yay! Now you and your boy are liquid-bodied. Woo! And you're dead. Just really bad use of potential options there. Ishib 31 cast Voice of Apsu, didn't find anything, and was attacked by 4 Brass Horrors. Okay. Got some Brass Horrors, also very killy, also very scary. Less high protection than Mantis, and no poison resistance. So potentially interesting as options, but we've got a whole host of Yetis here. It doesn't matter, because once again we go for Wave Warriors. Dear Lord Jesus, why Wave Warriors? And okay, you Wave Warrior a bunch of people, but they don't do anything. They stick some stones. They break some bones. Is darkness and death. Alright, so that's unfortunate. We lost 3 mages that turn, as well as, realistically, worse than the mages, right? We lost, on this Ishib, we lost a water bracelet, not too big of a deal, but we lost a Robe of the Sea. That's a big deal. We lost a hammer, Dwarven hammer on this Gala. So pretty unfortunate losses there. No more found nothing. Arcane Probing found nothing. Probably done with most site searches. I think we've got like 1 or 2 that we're probably going to chance. We'll see how it goes. Didn't find anything with Isham or Ishib 26 site searching. We did find 9 blood slaves in Neotha. Very nice. Very close to being able to tap into blood. That's good. We have taken control of the province Bel. Met no resistance. We had a battle in Whispering Wastes, where our Yeti, once again, went up against some very minor PD. Looks like, generally speaking, Han does not put very much PD into their territory. Which is cool. Whatever. So we took Whispering Wastes. We had a battle in Ial. What? Okay. So we get a bunch of guys at us, and this is unfortunate because we had just moved these units out here in order to try to use them as patrollers. So instead, we're gonna run out here and we're gonna fight against these white centaurs, and they actually kill a couple, amusingly, right? But there's way too many of them. They're way better units. Definitely not going to be able to beat them. So they die. We lose the province. All right, unfortunate. We've taken control of Feverfins, met no opposition, and there was a battle in Underspring. But there really wasn't a battle in Underspring. It was just these two guys that were left here, and Gala 25 just comes in and takes the province. So easy. 1,180 people left Greenwoods to search for the source of the wonderful melodies that can be heard day and night. I think that is a if I'm remembering correctly, I think that is a remote attack. If not, then this is, I think this is a reoccurring thing to where eventually you can have a indie spawn attack. But I think this is a remote attack. I think this is something that you can only use on forest, and you can basically drag people into the forests, which is kind of annoying. That was a fifth of the population. So, oof. Then we have an unexpected event in Gladewood where we get +3 Dominion. Cool. And then in Pugria, we get +31 Unrest and -400 population. Unfortunate. Worldwide event has occurred. The Throne of Life makes everyone younger. That's pretty dope. And then we did some patrolling. All right. The game is heating up. It's getting interesting. We are on turn 65. We're at the point where things are starting to get more and more complex. I am probably going to start, as a heads up, as we go into things like this, I'm probably, when we have like 5 or 6 different little battles, I'm probably not going to watch every single one of them. I'm probably just going to watch the ones that I find interesting. I might flip through a couple of them. Probably going to start skipping random site searches. I'll probably only show, hey, this actually resulted in something, etc., etc., right? We're going to get to the point to where if I try to do every single thing, then it's going to take way too long. That being said, let's go over some of the... Let's talk in general about what's going on. Basically, we're in an odd war with Pan. And the war that we are in Pan with is one of... Right, it's kind of goalless. We don't have this scenario of like, oh, well, we're fighting Pan because we have a good opportunity to beat Pan. We're kind of just fighting Pan because, hey, Pan tried to throne rush, and we couldn't let that happen, so we took a throne away from them. And now we're kind of in a war with them just because we're in a war with them. So what I'm looking to do is I'm looking to actually create an opportunity, say, hey, Pan, it's not worth fighting me. Let's get out of this war with each other. Okay? But to do that, I need to have some sort of leverage. Okay? To do that, I need to take something from him. And I need to do it quickly. Another reason, and this is kind of a setup for why I'm making the moves this turn that I am making. Another reason, as explanation for why I am making the moves that I am making, is because he obviously has a large number of centaurs in my lands. We already talked about this being a scenario where he could start elfing me, right? Basically, raiding me down with stealthy raiders. And that's gonna be annoying. That's gonna be frustrating. We've seen, right? He immediately counter-raided in all 3 locations, took back our provinces. But he's gonna see that. He's gonna realize that. So what's he gonna start doing? He's gonna start mixing it up, right? He's going to start putting small amounts of province defense there. He sees, oh, he's got a very of commitment, right? I should put 1 province defense in there. I should spend 1 gold to make sure that he can't just scout me and get back, right? So what we are getting ourselves into is in a mind game, a guessing game, with someone who can elf me repeatedly. And that is just going to drain us. That's not going to benefit us in any way, shape, form, or fashion. It's just going to drain us down. So we need to make it hurt. We need to take something from him and be like, okay, you can raid me. You can do that. But here's what's going to happen if you do that. Okay? So we're going to mobilize an army. We're going to mobilize an army and we're going to head towards Hallwoods. Okay? Hallwoods has the Throne of Destiny. It gets us luck and order. Taking the Throne of Destiny would be amazing for our Dominion. Just having a slight boost to our turmoil means we make that much money, that much more money, right? Having misfortune, or having our fortune-misfortune scales be just neutral would be phenomenal, right? And hitting him hard and fast and destroying this army will give us bargaining power. We will be able to come to the table and be like, look, right? Like, the only reason I was at war with you is because I couldn't risk you winning the game with a throne rush. So I've taken these 2 thrones. This is the forfeit. I've taken these 2 thrones so that you can't potentially throne rush, right, without going through me, or going way the fuck around. So we can call it there, or we can continue this as a, knockdown, drag out. And we'll see how it goes. Next turn, I'm expecting to be hit in multiple different areas next turn. I'm expecting to lose 3 to 4 provinces next turn. So let's talk, that's the concept behind the moves that I am making right now. Let's talk about what the moves actually are. So we are going to be pinging Eal with a scout because we want to reinforce that concept, right? We want to reinforce, if you're going to raid me, you better put money into those raids, even if it's just 1, right? Otherwise, it is inconsequential. It does not matter, right? Because I'm just going to take them back. I'm going to pump out people to be able to constantly take these back. So we want to train him. We want to get him in that mindset of, okay, we're going to put... And then what we'll do, right, is we'll ante up, right? We'll keep putting in more, right, to counter raid, and then it gets to the, okay, he's going to have to actually, like, start holding armies there, which slows down his raiding, or he's going to have to actually do PD dumps, which is going to, kill some of my stuff, but it's going to cost him money, right? So, we want to kind of force that issue. Otherwise, we're actually sneaking all of the scouts from Neotha back over towards Bell. We're not moving them there to Blood Hunt. We are moving them there because we need a lot of bodies. And I'm going to go ahead and show this. We're recruiting in Scrawl Point. We're recruiting multiple people in Kunaral. We're recruiting scouts in Underspring. We're recruiting scouts in Bell. And that is because We need a lot of bodies. We need bodies to be able to join this group, because the more bodies we have, the more options, the more targets there are for seductions. We're fighting Pan. This is hands down gonna be one of the freaking most annoying scenarios that can happen in the game. And yeah, that kind of just is what it is. So, one of the counters, one of the easy counters, one of the easiest counters to assassin or seduction spam is just to have a lot of targets, right? If you have one really important target that is going to lose you the battle if they get seduced, well, then you swarm that person with 10 scouts, and then you have or 9 scouts, let's make the math easy, right? Then you have a 1 in 10 chance of getting that guy, you know? Now, we don't have a whole shit ton of scouts yet, but we've got a couple. We've got 5 here, 6, we're gonna get 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, right? So that's a fair number of scouts. We've got some more scouts here, although these scouts actually are carrying gems, so we would prefer not to lose them. But if we do lose them, right, that's where the gems are spread out. Okay? So, we are moving this army, entire army, except for NC2 and Elder 14. Elder 14 is probably going to die if he marches, so hopefully he's going to not die next turn. Hopefully he's going to heal. Probably won't, though. NC2 is heading back to to be the next individual to pick up units here. Okay. We are continuing to recruit in and we're combining all of the forces in Perenna with the forces of NC4 and Chief 2, right? So this is a massive army. This is close to, if I'm remembering correctly, we've got 183 units here, plus some, then another 88 units. We're sitting at close to, I think, close to 300 units, 250 or so units, right? Less than what we are going up against, right? That is true. But we've got a really big mage core coming with us. We are going to be packed with spells. We're going to have Frost Finned up. We're going to have Fog Warriors up. We're going to have Thunder Finned up. We're going to be able to put up Storm. We're going to be able to put up Mists of Deception, right? To spawn random phantasms. We are going to be able to put up Anti-Magic, Doom, Arrowfend. We are putting up Mass Regeneration, Howl, which Howl is going to, this is going to be a battle in the forest, so this is actually potentially going to be worthwhile. So Howl might actually do something. We're putting up Serpent's Blessing, we're putting up Relief, right? We've got a bunch of water elemental summons. We've got our normal situations, right? We've got Mass Protection going up. We've got Storm Power, Thunderstrike spam. We've got Earth Power, Legions of Steel, Earth Power, Strength of Giants. We've got a lot, and we've actually got a 15 or 16 strong communion coming into this, right? I think we're going to have a total of 5 communion masters doing a bunch of really big battlefield stuff, buffing the shit out of a lot of our units, and it should be pretty crazy. We've got gem scouts that are there to refill gems, hopefully in case we have to do 2 battles. Hopefully we will only have to do 1 battle that actually utilizes gems. Everyone who has gems should be on conservative gem use. So hopefully we shouldn't get to a situation, and I'm sure these water elementals are see how it goes. But yeah, this is big shit. This is really big stuff. We also have a bunch of our bags of wine being used here, a whole shit ton of our bags of wine being used here, because I'm trying to make sure that I'm not over the supply limit here. I think we're going to be okay because we're actually at minus 200 here, and when we combine, that should put us under the 142 supply limit here. I would have gone through Underspring instead, and I would have like separated the armies, but I do not want to run one. NC 4 and Chief 2 cannot make it to Underspring in a single turn. And I want to go now. And I don't want to run the risks of the armies being split and that causing issues. Okay? So this is a huge force. It's got 578 siege strength here, 334 siege strength. It's got over 800 siege strength, close to 900 siege strength. This fort only has 150 wall integrity, plus, you know, the 320 odd units who are going to have fort defense, right? But they're not going to have enough, right? To match 900 siege strength, they're not going to have enough. So we should pop the fort in one turn. So next turn we move into Fever Fens, next turn we move into Hall Woods and pop the fort. However, moving into Fever Fens is going to potentially give him the option of, oh shit, we got to scramble. My hope is that he is spread out to the point to where I don't think he has as many mages here as he needs to effectively fight us. That's the hope, right? But he might be able to pull in all those centaurs that we know he has in our territories, right? He might be able to pull those together and just be like, oh, okay, well, we'll do a big battle, and if we're facing 328 units, I feel pretty confident in what we are bringing to bear. If we're facing 400, 500 units, I'm less confident with what we are bringing to bear. This is a risky maneuver. If we lose, it will probably mean a swift defeat, truth be told. We might be able to pull something out by reorganizing from Titan's Breath Peaks, but I don't think that would be extremely successful. We're really taking a gamble in doing this, but I think it's a gamble that we kind of need to take, truth be told. We will be slowly bled in a prolonged battle with Anne. We've got to take the opportunity now. We're at a pretty big power spike with our current battle magic, right? Mass Protection, Mass Regeneration, Serpent's Blessing, Fog Warriors, Storm, etc., etc., right? So we kind of need to move at this point now, right? I am considering, this is something that I might change between now and the turn actually rolling, is that individuals like Gudu 11 can make it over to Titan's Breath Peaks. It's possible that they could move from Titan's Breath to Hall Woods in a single turn. I do not know if it is possible. I think that it's not. But it might be. And what we would be looking for there, right, is basically to kind of pad out our chances. We would be leaving Titan's Breath somewhat vulnerable in doing that, but we would be able to move a fair number of mages to potentially support a battle with Hall Woods. And here's the scenario: is if we move into Kunaral and we are unsuccessful in reaching Hall Woods, we could just move back, potentially. There's also the possibility that he tries to pop on Kunaral and then they're trapped there, and that would be a very bad thing. So I'm not sure if that's a trigger that we're going to pull. I've been considering it. It's something that I think might be interesting, especially if we open up Simri, right? So we're also raiding a little bit. We're raiding into Simri with Ishib 11. We're raiding into World Pillar with Ishib 16. We're raiding into Defaros with Isham 1, right? We're just continuing to raid with these individuals. We're actually looking to potentially get another couple of raiders going. We're making some gear, but Astral Corruption is really kind of putting a cinch in my plans. It's kind of a pain in the ass. Note, by the way, not only did Blood Vortex go up, but Earthblood Deepwell came down. So the rest of the game is kind of like battling against each other, and we're fortunately Other Oak's staying up, Gift of Health is staying up. Watch that. I say that, next turn I'm gonna lose both. Right? Just kick me in the teeth. Ugh, fuck. But, you know, it's an option. We'll see how it goes. I really want, I want Astral Corruption gone. Like, it drives me crazy. I do not like Astral Corruption. Being up, it is very frustrating to deal with. But that is what it is. So I think that's pretty much the turn, honestly. So this is an attempt at, again, for me to try to not make everything take 50,000 years. I'm gonna have to decide whether or not I want to send the extra oomph over to Hall Woods, or if I think that this army can handle it. This is a pretty strong army. I think we're equipped to handle most things. I think the thing that is potentially going to fuck me, and this is another reason, right, to potentially bring in more units if possible. I think the thing that is potentially going to fuck me isn't necessarily a battle with Pangea. I think I might win in this battle pretty handily. The thing that I think is going to fuck me is losing commanders to assassins. If I pop into this battle and I get unlucky, right? And for example, Crystal Sorceress 15 gets, well, I guess, actually, I don't have to worry about Crystal Sorceress. Okay, so Crystal Sorceress, bad example, right? She can't get seduced, because this game don't play like that. But in C6, right? In C6 getting seduced and us not having Frostfend up. That could be a really bad scenario, right? Our Crystal Sorceresses are immune to seductions, but our Lizard Shamans are not, right? Getting Elsham 4 being targeted by a seduction and us losing mass regeneration and how. That would be a really, really bad fucking thing. Or losing Serpent's Blessing and then getting hit by Foul Vapors would be shit. So there are those types of scenarios that I'm concerned about, right? That's the issue with dealing with Pan. As you get into this situation, and Pan can just be like, oh well, you're sieging me. Say goodbye to 10 of your commanders. So we gotta try to stack the deck in our favor on that. And I think we're doing what we can there. Otherwise, we're just continuing up Conjuration. Next turn, we will have Conjuration 7. It's going to be time then for Bone 3 to put on his Skull Staff and cast a Mound Fiend? I can't even remember now. Yep, Mound Fiend. Summon a Mound Fiend. And there's the chance, right, that we summon that Mound Fiend and Bone 3 gets attacked by horrors and we immediately lose him. But at the very least, we should have the Mound Fiend, right? And we might have to... I fucking hate this because Astral fucking horror is up, or astral corruption is up. We might have to get into the situation where we have to hold a turn or two. We'll probably empower the Mountain Fiend, and then we might have to sit there and be like, okay, well, here's all of the best guards that we can put on him. Maybe we make like a ring of warning or something. You know what? Actually, that's not a bad idea. You make a ring of warning. Isn't ring of warning air? Make a ring of warning. Fuck it. Maybe we put a ring of warning on, right? So he can have 10 bodyguards. Oh, fuck. We just stack the deck as much as we can in the favor of hopefully, right? Preventing this fucking, preventing us from losing a highly invested individual. Hopefully we just get lucky and we don't have to worry about it. Hopefully someone fucking deals with Mictlin, because this is incredibly frustrating. Goodness gracious. It's incredibly frustrating. Incredibly frustrating. Goodness. Alright, that's going to be it for this turn. I'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.